Alrighty. Okay, so let's go ahead and look for, we're going to look for the first one. The first thing it should say, 47, who knows what category that's in? So it's in the millions, and this is in the thousand. So 47,928,000. So let's see if we can find that one. Oh, is this 47 million right here?
Yes.
928,000. Is this it?
Yes.
In fact, I want you to underline this and this. So we're going to check this out. We'll say
it's not, because it says 28 and it's
928. So this is the number 7. You don't need to draw lines. There we go. It's the number 7. Then you don't need to draw lines.
Can we draw lines?
No, because then I don't know what it goes to. It makes a big mess. All right. Then now let's look for 407. 407 what? Million 982 what? Thousand. So let's see 407. Oh, that's 470. Is that it? No. 407. Here's our million. 407. 982. Underline the thousand. 982. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we found that one. That's the number 8. Then 470. I think I saw that one already. 470,928,000. Who thinks it's the first one? Who thinks it's the last one? How many of you think it's the first one? Look at your number. In fact, let's underline the million and the thousand. 470 million 928,000. Is that it?
Yes.
So that gets the number 9. And we can check that. And this must be the other one. 400 million. Here's million. Here's the word thousand. Because then we can see clearly that that's 400 million 982,000. That's it. Okay? So that is our number 10. Now, Joseph, let me see the back of yours. Come here, bring yours over here. Because I might need to give you a better copy. Because I should have done that. Did you erase it pretty good? That's pretty darn good. Okay, you're good, you're good.
Yesterday you said, remember
I didn't bring candy. Sorry, but I'm going to soon because I saw candy yesterday at Kroger. All right, flip it over. All right, so, and Joseph, here's why I want us to do these together. Because there's a specific way that we're going to do this. Can anybody tell me, is this number in the billions or millions?
Millions.
So let's put an M here. And over this group, it's going to be a what?
T.
It's a T like tomato. And this is the ones. And I don't need to write the ones. So all we do, we take it one little step at a time. I just want to write that number. How do I say 6 and 2? Everybody, how would I? 62. And let's print, please. Let's print in math. So I'm going to go way over here because I don't know how big this is going to get. 60. And if there's a 6T in the tens, I put a hyphen. And then TWO. A lot of times I don't want you to have homework because I don't want you to do them at home poorly. I want you to do them excellently. And we can do that all together. Yes, sir, do you have a question? Yes, come here real fast. Okay. Okay, there, I think. All right, you can do it. All right, and then, okay, it's 62 what?
Million.
So that's what we're going to write. We're going to write 62 million. And there's a comma there. Just like there's a comma there, we're going to put a comma there. And This is a big number. So I'm gonna start it here. If you don't have any room, you start it as far over as you can. So this is gonna be, now we just say the number. How do you say 489? Everybody. 489. So we're just gonna write that. So I'm gonna put 4. I don't have enough room, so I'm gonna go here. And I should have written a small n, but that's okay, hun. 400. Now, before I put the 1,000 word, there's something I left off on this. Does anybody know what I left off? Yes, sir. Not yet. Okay. Yes, ma'am. The what? The hyphen. The hyphen after 80. After a 10 word, if there's 80 something, you connect it with the hyphen. Okay. So 89. And then it's 89. What group is it in? 1,000. Oh, I certainly don't have room there. Oh, 1,000. 1,000. After the 1,000, what happens after the? No, but before that, what do I have to write? Oh, you can open it. No, it's already open. It was already open. For seventh graders, I remember. Now, sixth graders, where did you end up with this? Awesome. Because I'm following the same thing. I'm following the same pattern. Fourth graders. Is so we started them off with whole numbers and place value and transitioning them to decimals and comparing. And so the sixth graders are following that path, they'll eventually be with the seventh graders. You know, that is decimals. And then it'll be something else. But I'll figure it out. Okay. Are you in that day?
Yes, I'm here. After this trip, I'm here.
Okay, sounds good. I'll take care of it.
Thank you, Mama. You email or text me.
All right, thank you. Okay, ma'am, we're recording right now. Go ahead and have a seat right now, sweetie. We'll get it in a little bit. All right, so again, let's finish this up. I'm so sorry that I interrupted that, but we had to, he had to go somewhere. So 62 million, I hear some voices, and I shouldn't hear voices. I shouldn't hear any little sounds. I should see your paper on your table. Thank you, girls and boys. All right, so 62,489,000, and then we had to put, what's after this 1,000? A comma. Okay, and then we go ahead and write what? 102. 1. Well, then we're going to use this bottom spot also. 100. Because I don't have room myself. 100, and because I'm almost done, I'll just put the 2 right here.
Oh, actually, I did it.
You did good. Okay, good. So Joseph, do you see why I wanted you to do with us? Okay, and I want you to print. Girls and boys, excuse me. All right, let's go ahead and go on. So here we go. So this is the millions, thousands. So those are the words that we need to make sure that we put in. So who can say this number? Yes, ma'am. And that's exactly what we're going to write. And she actually said the whole number and the unit. 321 what? Million. So we'll do that first. One little section at a time. So Is that big enough? Because I can make it bigger. I hear talking and I shouldn't. $321 what?
million.
And I certainly don't have room here. Who knows what I'm missing? Yes, sir. The comma. Good job. The comma. Then, how's everybody on the writing? You okay? Okay. Then, this one should be easy. Can we say this one all together? Say it, 900,000. So that one's going to be easy. So 9. And I don't have room for that, so I'll skip down. Okay, sir, focus. Oh, okay. That was it. 900,000. Except what do I have to put right here? A comma, because that ends our period, what they call the period, the millions period, the thousands period. I sometimes say the millions group, the thousands group, but it's the same thing. And then the last thing that we need to write is 600 what? 612. I should not hear your voice. Because, ma'am, are you finished writing this? Still no talking. 600, and since 12 is my last word, I'll put it right next to this. Do I have a Trinity Smith in here? No, okay. Okay, excuse me. You didn't have to say anything else. Thank you. All right. Fourth graders, we've got to get our talking under control. Thank you. All right, so here we go. Does anybody else still need this? Everybody else get it? Okay, so here we... I don't. I did, but you don't have to. Let's go ahead and look at this. Now, these are going to be easier. This is writing, okay, the standard form. This is so much easier, but one thing I do want to see on your papers, that you are underlining the major group. Who can tell me a major group that I should underline? Yes, ma'am. The millions. I need you to underline or box it off. I'll take either. What's another major group? Everybody. Very good. The 1,000. Because then it makes it a lot easier. Then I know million is, I know that I need 3 groups. I need my million. I need my 1,000. And my ones, I don't have to put a comma. So then we can just look in front. And what does that say? How do we write 303? Is it 343?
303.
303. Very good. So 303. It's much, isn't it?
It's 2, yeah, it's 2.
Oops. I said 3, but I meant 2. So sorry. If I had had candy today, we would have had some good candy. All right. 200. Okay. 203. And then what's the words before the 1,000?
730.
So 730. Isn't this much easier to write? And sometimes you can write it up here and then transfer it.
When 6th grade comes back upstairs, gets these if their names are on them.
Okay.
Or more. with tags with innings.
Okay, with the computers. Oh, they're going to love those. Great, thank you. All right, and then, okay, here's my big question. Are we done? What?
It's the 30.
Ah! Bad teacher, so sorry.
Teacher mistake.
Teacher mistake, 730. Thank you, and I'm writing with a pen, which makes it worse. Okay. Alrighty, so that's two mistakes. People with a candy would have been flowing. Okay. Well, I do put a comma here. But now, am I done with that number?
No.
We need zeros. Okay. All right, so we're done with that. So let's read it back. I want to make sure. 203,730,000 done. Now, what are the major groups that we should underline on number 4? Million and thousand. Okay. So I still need, ma'am. Okay. What is your name again? What is it? Okay. I need you to quiet down. Ready? So on this one, what is this number right here? 574. So I want to make sure that I get it. I'm going to put it here first to make sure I get it right. So correct me. 574. Is that correct?
Yes.
So we're going to put 574. Here's my million. And I just like to do that so I know how many groups. And then we know we're going to have thousands. How many do we have in the thousands? 200. And do you see that when I box that off, it makes this like all by itself. So I don't write any other, I don't write 200,000 something, I just write the 200.
Like if you would say, instead of writing 200,003, you like skip over the thousand.
Yeah, that's what would happen sometimes if I don't box it off. I would probably put 200,003 and put 203 and then zeros.
Yeah, that's the comma behind the.
Yes, you have to have the comma because that after the group, in fact, it's interesting, they even have the comma here, 203,000 comma. So we have to put that comma to separate the groups. I'm glad you asked that question.
You said 203,000.
I probably said, because I said the mistake that people would make, and there we go. So now we separated. Now what's the last thing that's left? Now do I put it like 300?
No, that's 300. Yeah.
There you go. So we're going to put 003. Okay. And then let's go ahead.
Are we going to do the next one or are we going to go?
No, we're going to do this one. I did have a separate paper. No. But if we just do this, then I will not pass out the paper.
We already have a paper, like the only paper.
Okay, I know. I'm going to pick this up in a little bit. And then I won't give you a new one. We'll do the new one tomorrow as a class assignment. It'll be like a little bit of review, and then I'll let you work maybe in some teams. So let's go ahead and look at, okay, let's go ahead and, well, I hear when you're talking, you're making a noise. So that doesn't help because then I can hear who's making the noise. All right, so here we go. He wants to write the number name. When they say the number name, they mean the name in words. Explain how we can use place value to write the number name. Well, I'm not going to write how we can use the place value, but we're going to put in the place value. So what could I put above the 802?
Million.
Yeah, so let's put a little m, and then after the Big Mac, we have the tomatoes, and then onions we don't necessarily have to write. So we'll start here. We're actually going to write the word instead of just naming the place value. So let's go ahead and start, because the more practice you get the writing, the better that you're going to do. We will have a test sometime next week. So here we go. And tomorrow I might give a little quiz, a little pop quiz on what we've done. So, okay, shh. So let's write this word. How do we say that number? And that's all we worry about. So 8. And I would say always put this little M and T because that tells you now we have to insert what word?
Million.
The million. 800 to what? Million.
So you write a million and then you write the comma.
Very good. Awesome. Excellent. Who just said that? Okay, very good, Virginia. Awesome. All right. Then we're going to read the next group.
700.
You're too smart. Very good. 7. See how it works when you just group it in little pieces? It's not so bad. When I look at the whole thing, it's like I can't do that. But if I just take little chunks, it's easier to do. 754,000. $54,000. I was waiting. I was going to ask a question. I left something off. Not the comma yet. The hyphen. What?
Can you sharpen my pencil a lot?
Yeah, so you go ahead and finish up to the 1,000 and I'll put mine up in just a second. There you go, sweetie. Thank you. Okay, 54. Here's a comma. Okay, shh. Okay, shh. Quiet, girls. 54,000, and I heard a lot of people say, comma, correct. And then the last thing we need to write is, that should be easy. Good.
I think you're going to get something.
I think so. No, I wouldn't do that.
No, you forgot the hyphen.
You're right. So after the TY 9T,
We're just too smart.
you are too smart.
Too smart for a 2nd grade.
Fourth graders, they can hear you on the microphone. I need you to quiet down. 0, sir. We're not going to shout out little comments. You can think them, but do not speak them. We're going to finish up. Okay, we are going to do this one because I think we're done with everything else. So we're going to finish up this one. It says Mia says that the number name is all of this. We're going to see if she's correct. So what should this say right here?
308.
So, okay, shh. Please don't shout out. So she wrote 38 million. Is that correct? No. So please stop shouting out. Some of you are shouting out, and then you're shouting out again, and you're shouting out again. It's got to stop. So this is not correct. So let's circle. This is her first error. And that should be, I'm just going to put right here, that should be 308. Then it says 570,000 is 570,000. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. So that part's correct. And they even have the comma. And the last part is 400 what? 434. Is that correct?
Yes.
So the only mistake, and we'll fix that one mistake, the only mistake was this. So it should be, this stands for should be. So should be, and we'll write this, and we're not going to do the whole thing, just that first section. It should be 300 308 what? 308 what? 308 what? Million. And this dot, these 3 dots mean, and the rest is okay. So it should be 308,570,000.
It basically means to be continuous.
Should be, well, it depends on what you're writing. It has different meanings. At this time, I want the person in the very, very back to pick up all the papers in your row and put them on the front desk in your row. And people at home, have a good day. You have no homework.